Well, hello to everybody out in Maryland's beautiful 8th Congressional District. Happy Veterans Day. It's Friday, November 11th. It's a very big day when we get to celebrate our veterans and honor their sacrifice and their devotion to the country. And to celebrate Veterans Day, I have with me none other than Colonel Fred Schumacher from Frederick County, who retired from active duty in 2004 after completing 35 years of commissioned military service to our country, but he has remained extremely active. He was head of the Veterans Advisory Council in Frederick County. He now still serves on the Veterans Advisory Council. And there's a very important announcement that will be made tomorrow about the, well, I'm going to let Fred tell everybody about what's going on. So first of all, Colonel Schumacher, congratulations on being our local hero. And thank you for allowing us to interview you on this occasion.
Well, Congressman, thank you very much. The big event tomorrow is at 9 o'clock. We're going to open the Veterans Support Center in Frederick, Maryland. This is an interesting amalgam of Platoon 22 and the Goodwill of Arizona, bringing together all the resources for the veterans of Frederick County in one location. The Department of Veterans Affairs for Maryland has moved their office into this facility, and they'll be joined by numerous other organizations who are there to support the veteran. And
now, wait, why did you say the Goodwill of Arizona?
Well, it speaks to the ability of Platoon 22 to reach across the country to establish a network, not moving past the Goodwill of Monocacy Valley, but also Goodwill of Arizona wanted to use this as a test point, if you will, to combine their operation in one half of the building and then have the Veteran Support Center in the other. As I said, this was a initiative that we started 5 years ago with Platoon 22, and is very exciting for not only the veterans in Frederick County, but 70% of Maryland veterans live within 1 hour's drive of this facility. Now, I'll have to caveat that by saying I get to pick the hour that they drive because you don't want to be driving from Gaithersburg to Frederick on a Friday night at 5 a.m., 5 p.m. It might take a little longer than an hour, but no, it's a very, very central location for the state, and is the first opportunity to put all these organizations in essentially a one-stop shop, so that the veteran doesn't have to go through 15 different places to find housing, to find food, to find employment, to find education. Everything will be right there at the support center.
Wow. And so is that nationally unique, or is this happening in other places too?
Well, no, that's the interesting thing. Yes, there is a national support center, but this is one of the first of its kind within the United States that they're trying to bring under the auspices of Goodwill, bring the services to support the veteran under one roof, so to speak.
Gotcha. Wow. So that is a very big breakthrough, but not just for veterans who live in Frederick County, but from all over, right? From Montgomery and Carroll.
And as I said, when we had the informal introduction, if you will, we had the Secretary of the Veterans Administration stop by. That was in April of this year, to talk about how this is an exciting initiative and hopes that it'll be successful and we can replicate it throughout the different places in the country.
That's fantastic. So would you give us a sense of whether you think we're making progress in terms of delivering to the needs of veterans in Frederick County and across the state at this point? I mean, is this a big step for us?
Congressman, thank you. I would say in Frederick County, this is a great step. One of the reasons that I quickly joined the Veterans Advisory Council is there is not a, first of all, there's a tremendous amount of resources, and to get the information about those resources to the veteran is a challenging task. Putting this all under one roof so that If you want, as I said, if you want housing, there'll be somebody there. If you want to learn how to fly fish, well, that organization will be there also. It's just amazing the number of organizations specifically that I can speak from personal experience in Frederick County that are there to help the veteran through a variety of activities. And many of these are state and county sponsored, like the workforce initiatives, the education opportunities that exist at the Frederick Community College, the auspices that Mount St. Mary's has available for the veteran. It's just, again, a great source of information. And that was a purpose to get this information to the veteran in one location.
Well, does the Veterans Advisory Council itself have an office there, or will it have a representative there? Are you going to be working out of that space?
Well, that's an interesting question. No, we are presently residing under the auspices of the senior center at in Frederick County, and that's where we're going to reside. And I think it speaks to the purpose of the Veterans Advisory Council. Our mission is to provide the resources to the veteran. It's not to be a resource provider itself.
Gotcha.
In other words, there's such amount of resources that are available. We just need to make the veteran aware of that. Now, on the legislative side, there are two specific initiatives that we're trying to accomplish, and one is on the Veterans Administration, working through the auspices of Martinsburg. We need veterans housing vouchers because of our location and distance from Martinsburg. They feel that the Frederick County is not it's not a good recipient of the housing vouchers. They distributed them to Washington County and said, Frederick, if you need them, you just go across the county line and beg from Washington. And the other, on a county basis, is we need to strengthen the transportation availability to the veteran. There's county transportation that is available. There's individual organizations that provide transportation, but much of this is not on an as-call basis. In other words, if you have an appointment scheduled for Martinsburg, well, that cuts out any Frederick County resources. So then we go to the veterans organizations. Unfortunately, some of these require at least a week's notification to get the transportation lined up for the veteran. So that's a pressing need that we see in Frederick County.
Well, Colonel Schumacher, I could listen all day to all of the stuff you've been doing and how it's all working, but we wanted to just bring your work to the attention of the 8th Congressional District and beyond. And I want to salute you for your service in the military and then your service since the military to veterans. And I also understand from a secret source that you stayed in great shape and you've been winning some marathons. Is that it? You've been running out on the road. Is that right?
Okay. Just a little correction. I participated in marathons. I haven't won any. I haven't won any. I do well at the Maryland Senior Olympics, so I will say that.
All right. Well, you're a winner in the eyes of our local hero program, Fred Schumacher. Thank you for everything you do for the veterans in Frederick County and for across the state and for across the country. We're very grateful to you.
Well, Congressman, thank you. And we talked about our service to the veterans. If I could, I'd like to spend just a few minutes on how we're going to honor our veteran on Veterans Day.
Please do.
At 10:30, I'll have 25 brass musicians lining Market Street, making the turn on 2nd, and putting a bugler in the belfry. We'll start playing taps at 10:30, and my bugler in the belfry will finish right at 10:59, so that the ceremony that's conducted in Memorial Park can begin at 11 o'clock. A great county source for honoring our veterans, and the ceremony is very well attended by the townspeople. And also,
So everybody should come and check that out. That is, that's on
Exactly.
Friday. That is today. It's Veterans Day.
Yes, and hopefully the rain will hold up till afternoon. Yeah,
Well, that's awesome. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for conducting the affairs of veterans in Frederick County with military-style precision, right down to the timing of it all. And I will look for you out on the road, Fred Schumacher. Thank you for your service.
Congressman, thank you. Thank you.